Yeah, we're good.
No, Don, you're here in Dallas. Less than less than 24 hours away from your first playoff game. Kind of, what are the feelings of the emotions right now?
Excited. We've had a good week of work. I think we've done a lot of good things in practices, and it's time to go out there and play against somebody else after a week of competing against each other. It's going to be a good series. They're a tough team. We obviously split the season series, but we're ready to go.
A few times you guys have said that you guys feel more prepared for the season going into the playoffs than you have this Is that just mental, or are there things that you guys feel like on the court?
Yeah, I think mental, but also like on the court. Seeing different things, going through certain heartbreaks. I think that that builds character, that builds different things within the team. And I think we've had a good week. Looking at the films from this year, last year, whatever it may be. And I think as a group we're ready to go.
Looking at film from last year, what do you mean?
Well, when I say last year, there's certain clips, like certain examples, like certain touching points you hit, whether it's how to attack a zone, how to attack man, how to attack black, how to attack drop, like whatever it is, and you kind of reach back to different areas. So not necessarily looking at the Clippers series or looking at a Grizzlies series. It's more so like different instances that help us just to improve and just sharpen what we've been working on. Yeah. It's I wouldn't really call it Plan A, Plan B, because without even though Luka's not playing, those guys are talented. Those guys can go. But obviously it's different. When Luka's in and out. So obviously we prepared for Luka. I'm assuming he's out. That's what I really don't. To be honest, I don't know. But nothing official. Okay. So we're just playing ready to go. Whoever's out there. At the end of the day, you got to respect your opponent. And those guys, like I said, those guys are talented with him and talented without him. So we got to go out there and do what we do and be ready to go.
Do you guys feel like you saw enough small ball moves from different teams throughout the year that you're confident how handling that?
Yeah, I think we're pretty confident in it. Whether it's hitting the big, using the big's role and big seal to hit the corner guys or opposite guys, and maybe even just sealing to get for us to get into the lane to attack. I think as a whole, I think we're pretty prepared, and like I said, we had a good week. I think we're all optimistic and continue to do what we do and locked in and ready to go.
When they go small, take advantage of the
Make the right read. If he's open, throw it to him. Sometimes, he may be open, but the guy's cheating in. That's where you throw it to the opposite corner. Or sometimes he may hold it off for a steal and you attack the rim. You just got to make the right read. There's no definitive answer. There's no like, all right, this is what it is. Sometimes it's there. Sometimes it's opening up for other things. So we've been working on that this week. We've been working on that all year, and I think that's what's really gonna take our game to a different level. Being able to use that. Yeah.
more pressure, is it different pressure going in?
I don't think so. I think for us, if we're looking at pressure, I think we're not worried about what we can do. I think for us, we're worried about ourselves and how we can be the best team possible. Game 1, Game 2, and all the way throughout the series. If you start looking at that, it's like, man, he's out. We got to win. We got to. No, I think that you lose the focus on what we've been preparing for all week. I think as a group, we're really locked in on what we've been doing, and that's being prepared to play out if he's out there or not. I think, and that's something that we've been great at as a group, and we're going to continue to do.
As a star player, does the party wish he was out there just to see?
Obviously, you don't want to wish injury on anybody. And if a talented player like that, you always want to play against the best. And I think at the end of the day, whether he plays or not, they got to do what's best for his health. At the end of the day, we've saw what's happened to guys who have played through that. So whether he plays or not, he's a competitor. I assume I would want to be out there. So I can only imagine. But for me, I'm going to take what's given. If he's out there, it's great. But the biggest focus for me is just being able to be the best player for my teammates and for this coaching staff, and go out there and try and get a win. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're good to go. Yes, sir.
Along those lines, Mike was saying yesterday, I asked him kind of what the mentality was now that we're in the postseason and the 28 minutes per game restriction. And
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm ready to play 45.
Yeah.
Kind of, what's the mentality just in terms of now having him available for those extra minutes?
Yeah, He's been there, like you've seen Mike. He's been here a bunch of times. Having a guy like that, a veteran on the floor for more minutes, is definitely a plus. We've seen what he does in the playoffs, and for me, it takes a load off for myself as well, for a bunch of us. So it's great to have him ready, locked and ready to go. He's been ready all year, but I think we've done it right. Kind of guiding it and kind of building up to get to where we are now, and we just got to go out there and compete tomorrow and be ready to go.
I was going to ask, just as a follow-up to that, does that require much kind of alteration on your part and how you think just
No.
coming out there those extra minutes?
I don't think so. I think I'm just going to continue to be the creator, the playmaker, get into the rim. But like I said, it also it relieves some of that offensive of burden at times. When you have a guy who can bring the ball up, make plays, do different things, then makes Bojan. Bojan can get his shots like JC, right? Like Mike finds guys. Rudy, like he finds guys. That's what he's really talented at. But he also can go out there and give you 20, 30 as well. So it definitely helps to have a guy like him out there on the floor for a longer stretch of time. And like I said, we've had a good week, man. So we're excited and ready to go. Big time. I think Daniel, we kind of knew. At least I did. I speak for myself. I knew from playing against him in the playoffs. But Juancho, man, he's been a hell of a surprise for me. I don't know how everybody else feels in the organization, and I tell him all the time, like, man, he's full of energy, and he's teaching me some Spanish a little bit, and but on the basketball court, he's a guy that just brings energy, knows the game, and like I said, he's just got here, and with all the coverages and the schemes that we have, he's able to try to pick it up, at a fast pace. So I think for us, having a guy like that, who's willing to do the little things, the nitty gritty. I have another guy who's able to do that along with Royce, EP, Rudy Gay, like those guys, House, like that. That's huge.
Is it surprising to have two guys like that just got here and they're going to be so key?
Yeah, and like I said, we kind of knew the deal with House. Like I said, from playing against him, I didn't really, play against Juancho too much. So now you knew that coming in with House. But now I've seen that in Juancho, like, man, it's just an added bonus, and I think he's a guy that's going to really be big for us, in situations we trust him. And like I said, it's been a great week as far as getting to know, like not getting to know, but getting how do I say, more acquainted with the new guys, I guess you could say, and I think like House being able to be there in late moments, he's played late, Juancho being there when Bojan's been out, like, we feel like we're prepared and we just got to go out there and do it.
Just because you guys have had like actual time.
Yeah, in practice time. That always helps when you have time to rep things out and practice them. So we're excited.
Expectations can be a burden if you let it happen.
Yeah.
How do you draw on past performances, successes and failures, and put that behind you and really zone in on what's going to happen?
Well, if you reflect on the past, it can go one of two ways for you. It can become a burden, like you said, but it can also be motivation. I think, and as a group, we've had struggles the past two postseasons. We've done some really good things, but we also gave a 3-1 lead 2 years ago, and then technically got swept after going up 2-0. So I think that's what we feel more than anything. I don't think we feel the burden. I think we feel it as motivation and fuel to try and go out there and do something that we haven't done as a group. Which is, get past the second round, get to the conference championship. But, for us as a whole, the biggest thing is staying in the moment, staying in the present, not looking back, not looking forward. We got tomorrow, and that's really the only thing on our minds right now. And after tomorrow, we'll go from there. But, if we allow past, and I think that's kind of your job, to be honest, to look at that stuff. And, for us, it's staying in the moment, staying where our feet are, and continuing to be the best group possible because, it's going to be a good series, and we got to continue to do what we do and win.
I have a question on Igor.
Yeah.
I believe his last year was your rookie year. What kind of input did he make on the organization?
Man, he's a mastermind. He's a guy who's really talented at his job as far as a coach. Great person as well. I love Igor. I know Quinn does as well. He's a guy, when we played, who did he play my rookie year? OKC. Houston, like, he's in those meetings, in art stuff, he's drawing up things. And I came from college, coming from that, and then seeing the detailed preparation for a playoff series as opposed to a regular season and see how hands-on he was. I'm assuming he's probably doing the same here in Dallas for us, against us. But, he's a guy that's just a great coach, a great person, but also very calculated, very detailed to the little things. And, we are – sorry. That's our 17-year vet being a child. But no, that's he's talented, man, and I got nothing but love and respect for Igor. And he's on the other side. It's going to make it a challenge, and it's going to make it fun. I think that's what this game's about: challenges in every aspect, whether it's on the floor, coaching staff, whatever the adjustments. That's what the playoffs are about, and that's what makes it fun.
Danuel, so you guys are less than 24 hours away from game one with playoffs. Kind of what are the emotions that you're feeling right now?
Oh no, we just trying to dial in and lock into what the game plan is and make sure we execute the best way we can. We're not taking time for granted. Every possession counts. Every defensive possession counts. Every offensive possession counts. So we're just trying to make the most of each.
Quinn was talking the other day about just what a difference the addition of you to the roster has made defensively in terms of perimeter defense. What do you feel like you've most brought to the table, and kind of what are the biggest challenges ahead in this series for you?
I just think I brought energy, a lot of energy. Energy, athleticism, of course, make the jumper so that it creates floor spacing for the offensive side and stuff, and create plays every now and then. So I think that by me adding them and with the good playmakers we have, it's been able to no longer help this team, but also help my game to prove to other people that may feel like I wasn't this or that. You know what I mean? So it went hand in hand, and it was a match made for each other. So all I'm trying to do is come in and like you asked the question before, it's just give energy. It always balls back down to energy. Just doing it. The matchup ahead is a good group. Everybody made it into the playoffs. It's a good team. So it's no disrespect to the other team, but we just got to lock in and focus more solely on us. You know what I mean? So we won't get too caught up into like the he say, she say, or the internet, or what other bloggers are. You know what I'm saying? Analysts have to say about the perspective of our team. Is only way to reverse that is to go out there and perform at a high level. So we just got to focus and just work on building a better us.
So Woj just tweeted that it looks like Luka's being ruled out of game one. Obviously, there's still a dangerous situation without him. What do some of the other guys do in terms of what are the challenges they pose for you guys defensively?
Those guys bring certain stuff and aspects to the game to help Luka. You know what I mean? So, of course, guys are shooting, guys are making plays, guys are doing everything to help be a better basketball team. But like I said, Luka's out. That's bad news for them, good news for us. Only thing I got to worry about is just game one. Game one for right now. He out game one. That's just game one. So you got to get to 4. So I'm just going to stay locked into us. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about what defensive threats or offensive threats that they pose to us. Only thing we can control and really dictate is our energy, our effort, and we got a chance to change the narrative about us.
Let's assume Luka's out for one. I get that. Moving forward, how do you approach as a fellow player when you're going after a guy, especially a star, banged up like that? Do you approach it differently defensively?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think the intensity is still going to be the same because it's a playoff game. It's win or go home. So I guess I think everybody going to play their hardest at this point in time. So.
How do you feel like things have come along? Everyone keeps going back to last year's playoff series where the Clippers threw a small lineup, and then everyone's been talking about you guys have seen that a bunch this year.
Yeah.
You feel like that's something you guys are well equipped to handle at this point?
I mean, I can't speak for that series because I didn't play in that series. So to say what we will be able to handle, I can't really say that either because I'm still getting tested myself, and we still getting tested within ourselves. So that was last year's challenge. This year's holds a whole new challenge. So you know what I'm saying? I try not to, like I said, try not to worry about the past because you only can control the game that you're going into, and then the next game, and then it's done.
How important was this week for you individually, just given that you joined the team in the middle of the COVID epidemic? It's been like just go the whole time.
Yeah.
Not a lot of practice time.
Yeah.
You had the injury for a little bit. Like, what's it meant to have like just a week where you can practice and just kind of like get settled into things?
Oh man, this feels great. You got a chance to get your body realigned, get your energy right, realign with everything, and really deeply focus and meditate on the goals and objective, stepping into the challenge. So this week is a balance week, refreshing. Since
Being a Texas guy, you gonna have much family at these games?
Yep, my mom and dad are here. My sister's here too. So my family's pretty much here, except for probably my little bro and my kids. My kids, they got school, of course. And then my other daughter, she's with her grandma. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's sensational to be in the state of Texas. It
You
is.
see in this Jazz locker room with your teammates, how do you feel they are as far as ready to go?
I mean, guys, I feel like guys are locked in. Guys have been not chattering too much, joking a little bit, but guys have just been locked in, dialed in, honed on into whatever they need to get done to bring to the table for the team.